The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. We're just going to get right to the nuts and bolts, right to the nitty gritty, and just kind of talk to David about, the journey that he took from a year ago to now, because I know about a year ago, he literally had a couple of posts inside a couple of groups that were making some noise. And Eileen, welcome to the show. Kathy, we're super excited for you guys. It looks like David's doing some Instagram or some other things too.
I'm saying hi to everybody.
Saying hi. There you go. Saying hi to everybody. So, David, we're just going to jump right in and just kind of tell us where you were 365 days ago. Like literally 365 days ago. Where were you? Because I know you had your own business. You had your own. You had just launched your product. So, kind of start us off back then, because we're going to take the journey 365 days.
All right, so it's funny because right around this time last year, so I'm getting a lot of cool memories in my Facebook as of recently. So yeah, I'm just checking out everybody's comments. I know I can see them right here, but I like watching it on the actual live and building the engagement too. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But anyway, so usually I'm in here, blowing up Eric and Fabian's spots. So now I get to blow up my own. But anyway, so, typically, right, let's just put it, so up until about 2 years ago, it was like every time that I was looking at my memories on Facebook, it was kind of like looking back and being like, man, I was an idiot like 7-8 years ago, like what was I thinking about posting all this stuff on Facebook, right? I don't know if anybody else had that experience. Maybe it was just me, but, now, the past few years of my life, live finally. Yeah. Hi, Sarah. But the last few years of my life, I've been on a different path, right? And, it's been a path of change and, it hasn't all been perfect, but a lot of my path has been very transparent and has been very like, just talking about like what I've been going through and putting, myself out there. And, so in the last specifically like 2.5 years has been network marketing, right? And how that has impacted my life. Because I was at a point in my recovery journey where, I don't want to say it wasn't doing the trick. It just wasn't, like, I just feel like I was just like at a point in my life where maybe I just was feeling stagnant. Maybe I wasn't showing up to the plate as much as I should have been. Maybe I was just searching for something more and I wasn't feeling fulfilled there. Maybe I just wasn't doing the work that I needed to because I just didn't want to do that work, right? I don't know what it was, but I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. And I came across network marketing because, I had a business, like Eric was saying, and I needed to make ends meet because that business, like other areas of my life, that ends weren't being met, mostly because probably my own fault. I needed to supplement some income. I needed to figure out something to have some money coming in the door. And a buddy approached me about a network marketing opportunity. And in the first maybe like 5 weeks or so like that, I managed to get all of their fast start bonuses, which put about a little bit over $2,000 in my pocket. And I was hooked, right? They got me. I was hooked on the bug, and and I was all in, right? And I started to dive heavy into what this network marketing thing was started going to the local meetings with the company that I was in. There's very large local network. And for me, having this like 12-step fellowship background, walking into these meetings, I felt like I had been there before. So, for me, and the funny thing was, like, when I first started going to 12-step fellowship meetings, I felt very awkward in the beginning. It took me a long time of going, messing up, to finally accept the fact that I had to do certain things. I had to put myself out there, and I had to start to make myself available, right? I had to be willing to introduce myself to these people, right? I felt that when I walked into this room, since I was a newcomer, you should come up to me, introduce yourself to me, tell me how this whole thing works. And that's your job as being the veteran of this. And I'm the new guy. It's for the newcomer, right? Right. That's what my opinion of it was. But since I knew, going through the actual journey and realizing that it's about being humble, it's about being, showing that you're willing to get outside of yourself and your self-limiting beliefs about what you are capable of doing, and learning how to take the resources that are available to you and find out what those resources are for yourself before you start asking everybody to help you, right? See what's available for you and take those extra steps for yourself, and then find the people that have the clean time or have the success and ask them how they do it, right? What I noticed was when I walked into these hotel meetings and these meetings where, up on stage, right, where stage was like a foot high off the ground, but up on stage, you have these people that are making, 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures, depending on how many other opportunities they're with. They're up there and they're telling their stories. Some of them are eerily similar to my path. They have just gained a level of success past overcoming the criminal background, overcoming the drug background, overcoming the societal background, right? Where society is telling you what you can and can't do. So I saw that, and I saw, like, these guys know how to get out of that. I need to talk to this guy. Where most people coming into network marketing, where you're just like maybe coming in off your 9 to 5, you're being recruited by whoever, and you don't have that background that I have, where I've been through the trenches. I understand that, like, we're all just people, and, you're no better than me. Like, this is all about, we're all in this thing together. And quite frankly, if you're not going to help me, then I'll just go find somebody else who will, and, bug that person. So, I would just walk up and start talking to these people, and none of them stopped me. It was just like this recovery thing. So, like, I know it's kind of a long-winded answer to your question, but I walked into this thing. I observed the room. I observed the atmosphere, and I instantly was like, I know how to accomplish something in this. Did not come easy, still struggled, still took me a while to figure it out, but I've only been in network marketing now for almost 3 years. It's been like 2.5 since I joined my first opportunity.
Well, what I like what you said was, and the fact that you can tell your story like that in a way that turns, your negative situation into a super positive situation. It's all about how we glean our, our past and the things that we go through. And I love what you said about how you were in a program and you said, you know what, this is similar. We're all people. And when people realize that literally people go right into network marketing, like you said, one guy, a friend of him, signed him up, and then he's super like crickets. But what you did was you took your past and you took what you learned from the programs that you were in and applied them. And, that's huge, because some people aren't humble enough to do that, to take the stories that they had and do that. So that was your network marketing journey. What did because I saw you had a picture with, you had a picture on your profile. Like when I Facebook stalked you, you had a picture of David Goggins on your page. Like, and you had a picture, you were behind a table with some other people that you were working with. And I was like, this guy is legit. This guy knows what he's doing. Like, fast forward kind of to your marketing, when you put your marketing hat on, when you put I'm going to do ClickFunnels, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to sell funnels. What fast forward to that part of the marketing journey. Because that's kind of what you're doing that's what you're doing a little bit for the company now, but fast forward a little bit into that.
I hate selling funnels, by the way. Anyways, so I think as far as like the marketing journey went for me, I got blessed when I did join my first network marketing. It didn't pan out for me as something as like that I really enjoyed. Like, I didn't enjoy the product. I didn't enjoy that business opportunity, but I was very blessed with the network of people that it put in my life, especially the local network. Mm-hmm. These guys that I know, they're some of the greatest men in my life, right? And they really made me understand the value of a network. Mm-hmm. And also, this was something that, like, I'm very kind of like blessed to like have a good perspective on things, and I think that's because I think the reason is because I was able to live most of my life going against my gut and seeing what that always got me, and then doing it like 10 more times. And then people telling me, if you keep doing that, it's going to keep happening. And me being like, yeah, right. And then me doing it a few more times. And then me finally being like, okay, maybe I should trust this gut feeling now. Right. And so like the past 3 years, like I've gotten very good at, some people will say it's your gut. Some people call it your intuition. Some people call it your higher power, but it's like this feeling that, like, what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, so I was very blessed to, have these types of people in my life. And the unfortunate thing, right, with my perspective of what was going on was I loved these guys. I loved their energy. I loved their message, but I didn't love the way that they were doing it personally, because they were doing it traditionally, and that didn't work for me. Because, hey, listen, I'm not making excuses. I think that if I wanted to, I could do it the way that they did it, but it would take away from my authenticity, and it would take me just as long to get the success as it took them. And I don't want to take 7 years like the traditional network marketer takes to make 5 figures monthly. The traditional network marketer that is successful, right? Which we're only talking about the 3 percentile of network marketers. You're looking at about a 5 to 10 year bracket of being in this industry. So I'm not saying that I was unwilling, but also too, I'm working a self-employed business. I don't have the time to hang out in gyms. I'm not an extroverted person. I'm not a public speaker. Like Eric, you saw that, like I was doing like some podcasts with some motivated people. But like if you watch those podcasts, especially those early ones, I had a lot of trouble looking at the camera, right? Stuff like that. Most of the stuff that I felt more comfortable doing was things like this. I did have a earlier partner who originally started the Clever Moneymakers with me, and we would do a podcast, but it was just kind of like I was in my house, he was at his house, we were on Zoom, and we would just talk. And it was a similar message, but it was really, really in the beginning, right? But I had this network of people that were guiding me and giving me very valuable information and motivating me. But, what I learned from them was, like I was a struggling business owner going into meeting these people. And what I learned about the power of network marketing was I joined network marketing. Understand it. I joined network marketing because I was struggling finding leads for my construction business, and I could barely afford to run boosted Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined network marketing to supplement my income. And because I did what I did, right, where even though, like I got the initial fast start bonuses, but after that, I couldn't, I just, my leads ran out. I wasn't getting the traction. I still kept showing up. I still kept networking with these people. I still kept trying. I was bringing new stuff. I was showing them that I was working at this. I was trying to figure out something that they weren't doing. They saw the value in it, but they just didn't understand what it was, but they knew to keep me in their back pocket. I never had to advertise for my construction business again because these guys kept me working. I've never had to look for another construction job again because this was a local network of people and they were network marketers. So they were successful network marketers. Most successful network marketers have their hands in real estate, in credit repair, in all these other different things. So while I was learning how to build funnels, I had people coming to me, hey, can you put me together a little landing page? I wasn't making a lot of money. Actually, I was probably spending more time than what it was worth. However, I was getting paid to learn how to do something. I was earning while I learned, right? So I had that option because I was willing to put myself out there.
So, and that's what you said earlier about the network marketers I want everybody on the line to just kind of that to resonate for what David said. Most network marketers have a great network. And I want everybody in this group to realize that though we're all in network marketing and we may be in different kind of different industries, different companies, the network inside this group is fantastic. Just know that there's some. One thing that I learned last year was find the who, not the how, and that saved me a ton of money. Guaranteed, that saved me a ton of money if you can find the who, not the how. So, David? Your story is phenomenal.
Well, and think about it like this, people that are really immersed in the network marketing industry, like we are, we will very rarely, when we're looking for mentorship, like obviously we're going to go outside of our network, just because, for us, we can't trickle down the line. We have to trickle, we have to look forward and look outward and find other people that, are doing things that, but typically, like if we need a service that we're interested in for ourselves, right? Maybe we're looking to bring on a coach, like we're in a growth phase for ourselves. And I noticed this right away, in when I first joined network marketing, like what I was just saying about, I never had to run ads. I never had to look for work again, which if you're in construction, that's very, very powerful, because if you're spending a lot of time running around looking for jobs, understand that it's the same ratio, right? You're only going to get about 20 to 30% of the jobs that you look for. So where I'm at, it takes you almost 2-3 hours to even go look at a job, price it out, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it could take you almost a whole day just to do an estimate. So out of 10 jobs, for you to only get 3, I mean, that's like over a week and a half just to possibly get a couple of jobs. So yes, I was giving better prices, but I was never having to do that anymore. So it was very powerful for me, and I was being able to be plugged into that. So understand that also too, like whenever Eric or Fabian or I, or, just, I mean, look at the way that I've been building my company. When I was looking for partners, I wasn't looking for people outside of my program. I wanted people that were already inside, that were already fans of what I was doing, that were already had a vested interest because they were affiliates, they were whatever, but like, hey, how about instead of competition, we collaborate? And that is what you will find in network marketing, right? That, yeah, if we were in the downline together, yes, we're competition to an extent. I never looked at it that way ever.
Mm-hmm.
I never really looked at business in general like that. I always love to support my friends that are in business, even if you're in the same industry and you live next door to me. Like, it's just the way I am. If you're a business owner, like, I'm like, hey man, we in this together, Right. But like the way I always looked at it is that, especially in network marketing, like, I noticed that they will always go to somebody that is within the club. Oh, you're in the club? Oh, I have a project. Oh, you do that too? Oh, come on. I want you to check this out. I've been looking for somebody, but you're one of us. So, and that's the way it will always be. People in network marketing will always go to somebody that's within the private club. It's like being like a Freemason. It's like being, what's the speaking club?
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters. It's like being one of these private clubs where once you're in, you're a member, and it's all about, it's all love, so there's the very limiting belief is that we are competition, because in network marketing, I would say the vast majority, it has to be, I mean, I don't know, never did a census, but I would say probably like the people that are legitimately in it, right? The people that are like, I'm 100% in this game. Like, they may still have their 9 to 5 or whatever, but the people that are legitimately in it have multiple entrepreneurial ideas going on and have their hands in multiple things. So to think that this network isn't valuable and there isn't other ways to make money is absurd, and you're selling yourself short. So like, I never want to burn bridges. I always want to be intrigued. It's not about making money, but it's just like, you never know where these relationships are going to go, ever.
Yeah, that's true. One of my mentors told me a long time ago is, because never burn a bridge that you may have to walk through again. So like, every one of my employers never burnt a bridge. It's just tough. You don't want to burn the bridge because you never know. You might have to walk back in a little bit of humble pie, and just don't burn it. It's just tough. I mean, they say sometimes you burn the boats to change everything, but I don't know about burning bridges. That's just not the best idea. So yeah, we talked about network. We talked about marketing. We talked about some funnel stuff. I want to get into the cool part, man. I honestly want to get into. I want to bring you back February-ish. I was traveling. I actually flew in. I bought your course the day that you actually were on my podcast. I bought your course that day. I'm like, send me the link. So I bought it, and I didn't go through it that day, but I traveled and I went through it like I went through Dave's original course in like 3.5 hours. Like, I just watched it. And when I did it, I watched part 1, and then I did what he said, and then I watched part 1 and 2, and I did what he said, and then I watched part 1, 2, 3, and I did what he said, and then I did the same thing all the way through the course. And I'll tell you what, within days, I had people reaching out to me saying, "Dude, your Facebook is different. What are you doing? What's going on?" What was it like? I know you bought a course and you did something, and then you adapted to this course. And I'm just going to tell you guys, for 2 years, I had been trying to launch a course. For 2 years, I went to Funnel Hacking Live. I went to all these places, and I tried to launch a course. Dave built one. He gave kind of the keys to the castle. What was it that like got you to decide, you know what, the pandemic's coming in, we should probably incorporate a business and we should probably partner up? What was it that got you like February, March, April when we decided to do this whole deal? What was it?
Well, first of all, in February, we didn't know pandemic was coming yet.
It's true.
That didn't happen for like a month. In February, we were still thinking like 2020 is going to be amazing. You know, and personally, I still think it has been. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the world's been going through, but you know, where I'm at, it hasn't been too horrible. You know, it's but you know, I'm kind of tucked away in the mountains. I know you are too. So you know, we've been kind of blessed in that sense. But you know, like I too had tried to launch programs before in the past, but it was so what we're talking about recently in our own journey, right? So like what the business model is around become the upline, right? And why what we're doing for network marketers is working like very well, is because a lot of people are still teaching network marketers to straight up learn how to build sales funnels and chatbots and websites, use a lot of tools like you know, they just cluster a lot of things, right? They give people a lot of tools, and they look nice and they sound nice and they can do great things, but they're not typically the first thing that most people need. And I didn't know that for a long time, because I was taught that this is what you need. In fact, having one of these is you're just one of these away from success.
One.
You know, and listen, you know, it's not to say that is a wrong statement, but define funnel. You know, it's because it's funny. It's like we get these we get these words, and you know, up until about 2 years ago, I thought a funnel was the only thing a funnel was something that you used to put oil in your car or something like that. And all of a sudden, you know, 2 years ago, it took on this whole other meaning. And I thought that it was keyed off of this website building. I'm not going to say that ClickFunnels developed the word, you know, made up the word, but I thought that the sales funnel was this website. Like, I thought that the term was keyed from this. Like, and if you hear people talk about it, and it's not just the ClickFunnels community, like if you would hear people talk about it, like, to me, that they were talking about the sales funnel, like the website, you know, that's what it is. It is this page, this landing page, this sales funnel, this checkout, this thank you page process. This is the funnel. And I remember I was at a meeting, and a buddy was speaking. It was actually a 12-step meeting, and a buddy was speaking, and the way he was talking, I'm like, this guy's in network marketing, right? Just the way he was speaking. So I started talking to him afterwards, and he definitely was. He was actually in the same company I was. So I started talking to him, and I was like, you do anything, like, I was like, do you do like build funnels or anything like that? He's like, oh yeah, I do funnels. And I was like, oh yeah, well, like what website builder do you use? I was like, I use ClickFunnels. And he's like, oh no. He's like, when I meet people, I start talking to them, they're in the funnel. And I was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Right? I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking. Like, this guy. I remember telling my old partner Eric, I was like, yeah, I met this dude, and he was just like, yeah, I started talking to somebody, and he's in the like, I was like making fun of him, right? And now, and I guess getting to the epiphany bridge of what tonight is all about, I came to have an epiphany that he was right and I was wrong. That the funnel begins wherever somebody meets you. We like to say on Facebook, like my Facebook page is 100% business. Everything I do is pretty much strategic. I do have fun, you know what I mean? But still, the fun that I have is part of my JK5. Is having a sense of humor and being me. That is part of my strategy, right? But it is all part of the funnel. Now, me personally, like, I don't know how anybody else does their business, but I really don't do this on the street. Like, I got into this mode where, like, I just don't talk to people about this on the street. I don't, I might tell people about what I do, but when they start piquing interest, I just, and they start saying, oh, I'd like to learn more about it. I'll be like, yeah, well, maybe we can talk about it sometime. And I just never talk to them again about it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I just know it's a waste of my time. I don't want to train somebody from ground zero. You know what I mean? Like, find your own journey. You'll remember me. Find me then, and we can talk. Right. You know what I mean? Because I've done that too many times. But anyways, to get back on topic, the funnel begins wherever somebody finds me. So when I'm posting in a Facebook group, that's the top of my funnel. When I send somebody a friend request, whether it's me personally doing it or I'm accepting their friend request, maybe they, like, who knows why they sent me a friend request? Maybe they're using a tool, maybe whatever. But, like, say maybe they saw my whatever. They are around the tip of the funnel. The funnel didn't start when they clicked on my chatbot, went through the chatbot, landed on my website. They're already mid-funnel at that point. Mm-hmm. And that is why on my funnels, I don't even ask you for your information. Because I already have it. Because you started the funnel way long ago. I don't need it now. I already got it. I already got what I want. I already know who you are. You're already in it, baby. So once I came to that realization, and to get to, like, so where I was a year ago right now was I was playing around with the Facebook funnel strategy, which was utilizing my Facebook profile as a website, as a funnel, using the same principles. Headline, grab their attention, clear message. One option, one link, do this one thing.
Are you tired of those lame Facebook groups that provide no value? Well, our Facebook group is awesome. Go to unlockthefbgroup.com and get access to our Facebook group, where you will be able to find interviews of top network marketers and Q&As where you can jump in and talk to them live.
We also have massive training. We provide a bunch of free tools. So jump into that group. Again, that's unlockthefbgroup.com. We'll ask you a few questions in mini chat because that's what we do, and make sure that you're not a spammer and get you into the group right away. So again, go to unlockthefbgroup.com and don't be a spammer.